going on, everyone? Hope y'all are having a great day. I'm still on campus right now because I just finished my chemistry test. But it's spring break, so we're going to be going road tripping pretty soon. We're going to the desert first, and then we're going to Mammoth, do a little snowboarding. And I'm super excited. I want to take you guys along with me, so let's get packing. Hey guys, so I had a pretty fun time. This is our last night in the desert, and this trip I really wanted to get a good shot of the Milky Way and maybe a Milky Way time lapse. We'll see what happens. But tonight we're gonna go get some test shots, so I'll see you out there. Hey, what's up guys? So we're out here in the middle of nowhere. Can't see anything right now, but we're at the pinnacles, those rocky areas that we were earlier today. Oh, look what's going on. Okay, so we hucked out here in the Jeep, just set up the tent. This is my first time tent camping actually. We got a little fire going here. Oh my gosh, what is going on over here? Anyways, we're gonna get up early in the morning, like 2 a.m. shoot some Milky Way time lapses, some Milky Way shots. Right now we're doing a little steel wool, as you can see behind me. Oh, that looks sick. He's gonna hit me with some sparks, that's dope. Give you guys a little insight on how to shoot some steel wool photography. Okay, we switched to the iPhone cam, getting the steel wool ready. You want to get a whisk, and then you want a dog leash like that you can attach it to. So if you want to get the steel wool right, you want to get like a really fine grade, so like 00 or quadruple 0 if you can. And then you want to take little bunches of it and then spread it out inside the whisk like that. Then you got to get a lighter, and then you pretty much light it. Drop the lighter, make sure it's off, and then start swinging it around. And you're gonna want to shoot your shutter speed to be like between 5 and 10 seconds, and keep your f-stop somewhere a little higher so you can get a longer exposure without it overexposing. Okay, so I gotta turn the light off so that way we can do this. So, but you'll see what's going on. Go. Oh yeah. Shoot them sparks up. See what the final product looks like. Woo, that's clean. Look at that. That's beautiful. Also, another important thing is you want to have your manual focus on, because if you do autofocus, it's not going to be able to fix where you are. So what you want to do is have a flashlight like this. So you want to have your subject stand where they're at, and then on your camera, put on manual focus and just move your dial around till you can set them in focus. And then they'll be in focus every time. You want to make sure you shoot with a group of people, like my friends over here. You can't even see them. There's Brandon. That's Zach right here. Jerry, Jeremiah, whatever you prefer to call him. He's single. And you want to just have one of them light it and the other one operate the camera. So that way you're not doing everything at once, because it's just not going to look as good. But for now, I'm going to go get some sleep and we'll go get some Milky Way shots. Woo! Okay, so we just did a little test run on the Milky Way to see how it looked tonight, and sadly the moon was out right above the Milky Way, but I still took the time lapse and it looks really good, so I'll play that for you guys right kind of learned in photography is, even if things don't look very promising, if you just follow through with it and finish what you were intending on doing, sometimes you can get something really cool and you get experience no matter what. So always stick to what you were planning on doing, even if things don't look the greatest. going into it. Right now it's about 5 a.m. The sunrise is gonna come up pretty soon, so we're just enjoying our time by the campfire, and yeah, we'll see you at sunrise. I'm running home to everything that I'm not. I'm running home. I'm still dreaming about your hands, your lives, our love, love. I'm still dreaming about your hands, your lives, our love, tonight. I'm still dreaming about your love. That about does it for us in the desert. Time to head to Mammoth. Got some good quality time with the family. Check out this sunrise. Look at how pretty that is. Beautiful. So it's time to pack up, head back to the RV, get going from Mammoth. I'll see you there. Hey, what's going on, guys? We made it to Mammoth. Today is our first day of snowboarding. I'm not going to bring the GoPro today because we're just going to kind of hang out because we got 3 total days to snowboard, so I'll get some footage some other times, maybe a couple shots today. Overall, it's going to be a good day, so I'll get back to you guys when I can. Alright, so just an update today. We're still on the mountain. It's like 2 o'clock, and earlier today when we went for lunch, my binding, this one, actually came off midway down a run, and I got stuck on one of these runs. I had to walk down like a quarter mile or something like that. It was like crazy and not fun. And I was like backpedaling down the whole way. But other than that, it's like beautiful weather today. There's a little bit of wind, but it's awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better than this. We got 2 more days of snowboarding, and then some days in between to hang out and maybe do a little exploring. Well, we thought the lift closed at 4:30 and it closed at 4, so we kind of got screwed. And now we're stuck here waiting for our parents to come pick us up. Okay, it's Wednesday morning and just woke up and it's snowing outside. So we're gonna go do some exploring today in the snow, hopefully, unless we get buried in. Look at that. So as you can see, it's a little hard to hear me, but great weather. There's my ride. Oh boy, step on it. Good thing. It's a good thing, so good thing. It's a good thing, so. So we are done with all of our skiing and we are heading home in the morning. It's about 2:30 a.m. right now, and I'm setting up my camera to shoot the Milky Way that's supposed to come up soon. We got about 2 hours before the moon pops up and kind of ruins it. Okay, so when you want to photograph the stars, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. First is your focus. Focus is really important because if you're not focused on the right thing, then it's gonna look crappy in the end. Another thing you want to focus on is your exposure levels and your shutter speed. Your exposure should be definitely below ISO like 600-ish, or else it'll get kind of grainy. and but you want it to be lit enough where you can still see a lot of the detail in the stars. And your shutter speed should be as high as it can be without seeing star streaks. This app that I use called Photo Pills is actually it's one of the best photography apps that I've seen, and I use it to, you can use it to calculate everything from your shutter speed length. It punch in your camera and your lens and it'll tell you. You can actually see where the stars are. So right now, if we were to open the app, you can see that it has a lot of different icons you can go to. If you go down to night AR, then you can pull up the stars in real time, and it'll show you where the galaxy is. You can see right there is the Milky Way, and you can see at what time it is. And then if you scroll, you can see what time it's gonna be and where it's gonna be at a different time. And you can go into the future if you want, or whatever you want to do. So you can perfectly set it up without even having to wait for it to come out. And this is really helpful when you're looking for locations too. For me, I had to come out to the middle of nowhere. Well, not really, but we're out in kind of the open. But I wanted to shoot them behind the mountains, and I kind of saw that it was a little to the left of the mountains, so didn't quite get it, but it definitely helps when you can see your location and where it's going to be at that time. You can also see where the moon is going to rise or set, and if you go to the moon over here, you can see that it tells you when the moon rises, when the moon sets, and it says when the galactic visibility begins and ends, and that's pretty much when you can see the Milky Way. So this helps you really calculate the exact amount of time you have before you can't see the Milky Way anymore. So right now, the Milky Way is visible from about 1:30 to 4 before the moon rises, and the moon's only at 30% right now, which is another important thing. If you go when there's a new moon, you'll see way more stars than if you go and the moon's pretty full, because it drowns out a lot of the stars. Okay, so my setup that we got here, right now we're shooting 20-second exposures, because that's the most I can do before I get star streaks. We're shooting at f2.2. Make sure you have a lens that can open real bright, 2.0 or better. My ISO's at 500 because I really want to grab a lot of those stars out of there. And I'm on manual focus. Get an intervalometer if you don't have one, or if you can't use one and you need to shoot right away, set a timer on here, because if you push on the shutter, your finger won't move the camera like it would if you don't have a timer or an intervalometer. So I'm shooting a time lapse of the Milky Way tonight too, which is pretty much just a composition of a lot of these photos together. So that is going to look like this. Sums it up. Time to go home and get some sleep. Hope you guys liked the video. It was good to get out of school and work and get some content back to you guys. Hope to get more soon, but I got some big trips in the summer coming up, so stay tuned. See you guys soon. Bye.